Welcome back, everybody, with Like Me Gaming here for the Flying Scotsman episode 2. So the things we need to do today is connect the city of Plymouth to London, which we already did last episode. We didn't know that was a thing. And for December 62, we need to have 640 passengers without changing trains from London to York. I think that'll do itself automatically. I have several trains already running between them. And then reach 50,000 citizens in York. That's going to be the big thing we're going to do right there. And then we need express status on a rail line between London and Edinburgh, Scotland. Alright, so let's look up here. So let's start with the growth first. We'll see we have our wheat here. We have our sugar there. We have wood over here, so I have to buy Wales to get the wood. And we need corn. Corn's up there. Okay, and then what is their main? Okay, it's alcohol, so we should be good. Because we have to grow York, almost 30,000 citizens, I figured we'd start with that. And so we bought the sugar here and made it a northern warehouse. We run our double line over the York. So now we're going to run just one train for now on it, so we'll at least get its sugar while we're working on other things. So we bought Wales, we bought the wood, and we bought the grain. So now we're going to bring in 2 trains of grain into the northern warehouse. We're also going to go ahead and bring in 2 trains of wood for now. We'll bump that up later to the northern warehouse. Perfect. We bought the corn here. We're bringing it all the way down the northern warehouse. And we're going to throw 3 trains on that. We're now going to put 2 trains from northern warehouse to Manchester Freight. We're now going to bring in 2 trains from the northern warehouse to Liverpool Freight. We're going to bring in a train from York to Manchester, so York's going to bring them the alcohol, they'll send back the beef. And now we bought the Dobbs Stop, the cattle. We're going to bring in 2 trains of that to Manchester. There's a pretty big bonus for Holyhead to be added in. So I have a train coming from Quinstop, loaded in with grain to Holyhead, then back out to the wood, then back into Holyhead. We'll see how that goes. We bought the sugar down here, and we're bringing in the Holyhead, so that should get it growing a little bit too. We have a freight train from Liverpool to Holyhead to move back the alcohol and the meat back and forth. Alright, we have an express line now from Holyhead to Liverpool to Manchester. We got our 6 wagons on it, or 6 trains, sorry, with the 3 wagons. Got another bond, and we bought Scotland, so now we have a line all the way down to London from Edinburgh, hoping we can get that as an express line. Now we have a line from Edinburgh to York to Manchester. We have our 6 trains and our wagons on that. We have our line set up from Glasgow to Edinburgh to Aberdeen and back. So we got our 6 trains, our wagons on that one. Here we are coming into Edinburgh. There's a sister train going the other way. Coming in from London, and this should give us our express status on a rail line between Edinburgh and London.
The connection between London and Edinburgh is up and running. A great success for our company.
We bought this milk up here. We're bringing it down to our warehouse, so then it'll eventually go to York and the other places. And we bought Morgan Terminal and put a $2 million bridge on that. So we have that with our 3 trains coming into our warehouse. Alright, York has an industry spot open, so we're going to go ahead and put a clothing factory down. So we'll have to put a line from Carlisle to bring in their cloth. Here we have our freight line from Carlisle down to York Freight. And usually we buy things, but this is 1.2 million for this wool. I just don't think it's worth it. So we're going to bring the wool anyways into Carlisle, put 2 trains on that. And we bought Griffith Station with our fruit, and we're bringing in the northern warehouse. I don't know if you noticed, picked up on this, but we're trying something different this scenario. We did a bit last scenario, but everything on the left here is all coming in. It's all goods coming in. And everything on the right is all goods going out. The first 2 tracks are going to Liverpool, the next 2 are going to Manchester, and the next 2 are going to York. So there should always be these 2 lines at least at the bottom that are available to deliver stuff, except if they're already taking deliveries, but that should go faster than if the trains are waiting to get filled. We've grown Manchester, so now we have another industry slot. We're going to put a sawmill in here.
Our measures are bearing fruit. A complete success.
Notice Plymouth has an industry spot open, so we're going to go ahead and put clothing factory down to go with our cloth factory.
It seems our new line is well on its way to being accepted by the general population. People have even nicknamed it the Flying Scotsman. The project is making great progress. But I just learned that our rivals on the West Coast are planning to agree to share their networks. That puts them in direct conflict with us. Our fears seem to come true. We have to assert ourselves against this competition. Both us and our opponents now have a route from London to Edinburgh. Now it's a question of whose trains run faster.
After this takeover, we have one less competitor, which is also advantageous for you.
Awesome. Alright, so we got quite a bit accomplished this time. We did do a little bit of housekeeping here in the south. Just keep things growing. We built a northern warehouse. We have that totally set up. Holyhead's getting things directly. So it's almost 30. Liverpool's at 30. Manchester's at 43. York's at 50. We did buy this vegetables up here. We have a mixed train coming from York to Carlisle, back and forth, bringing some things. Carlisle's making cloth for York's clothing factory. We do have express lines coming up to Edinburgh, and then Glasgow, Aberdeen, Edinburgh. That's all express lines together. So we haven't done anything as far as warehouses up there. And we did buy this fruit, brought it in Northern Warehouse. And so we need to bring the fruit and the vegetables from here, the fruit from there, down to the Southern Warehouse, and that'll help things grow a bit more too. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Ike and Me Gaming.